Today is May 10th. It's Wednesday afternoon. It is starting out to be a really very beautiful day, and today I am planting all of my peppers into the garden that I have grown from seeds. If this is your first time stopping here, my name is Lee and this is our backyard garden. We are suburban gardeners located in New Jersey, and we have been gardening in this garden for our 10th season now. We have very successful harvests every year of tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and all things that are wonderful in the vegetable garden. So I thought I'd bring you along with me today to plant out some of these peppers and let you see what method it is that I use to get all of these in the ground. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing to our channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you like the content, and please hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. We have a lot of content coming up with experiences from growing flowers and growing vegetables, and what battles we fight, and our successes and our failures, and we're hoping that you'll want to share that journey with us and learn to grow not just things in the garden, but the things that you grow as a person, as a spirit, and what it is that the garden teaches. So I'm going to turn the camera around and talk to you right now about what peppers I've already put in the ground. So this is the second video I'm making for you guys today because it's been a very busy few days. I'll link the last video below for you. I planted over 100 tomato plants over the weekend, and today I have not counted all my pepper plants, but I don't know, I have maybe 50 pepper plants. Oh my goodness. I've grown most of them from seed except for my California Golden Wonder, which I'll get to as I show you. But planting out peppers is so much easier than planting tomatoes. The thing that takes longer with tomatoes is I like to dig a hole as deep as my trowel, my little diggy will go down into. Our soil is really pretty loose because it's been amended so many times. We don't till, but we do dig down to plant everything in nice and deep as far as the tomatoes. So I grow them all from seed, and I like to let them get nice and tall, and then I snap off their lower leaves and I plant those tomatoes very, very deep. So it takes a very long time to get all of those tomatoes in the ground. With peppers, you really only need to dig them as deep as their root ball. And most of my peppers here are planted in solo cups right now. And the solo cup is about as deep as this little shovel is here. So that makes it a lot easier to open up the hole, get it slightly amended, and then I put my peppers in. So far today, I have 3 varieties in the ground, and I'm going to show you what I've done. So this is the first year I've grown giant Marconi peppers from seeds that I got through M.I. Gardener. Last year's variety was some offbeat pepper I found at the last minute, very late in the season, and I could not find the Burpee brand, or not Burpee, Bonnie's. This one did not do very well. The plants were all covered in algae, and I said, you know what, I'm going to grow my own. So I had a hard time finding the seeds, but I found them through M.I. Gardener, and they germinated beautifully. I think they look really, really great. And again, they went into the ground very, very easily. This variety here is a Jimmy Nardello that I also no, you know what? I think the Jimmy Nardello's is Botanical Interest, actually. It could be an M.I. Gardener, but I will confirm that for you. I have so many varieties. My Cubanea, however, is from Baker Creek. And every year the Cubanea pepper grows very, very, very happily. It's a beautiful pepper, and they are planted very, very close. And for those of you who are experienced gardeners, we all know that you can plant peppers close together. So I do them 8 to 12 inches depending on how much space I have, because peppers like a little bit of shade. So you can call it holding hands, you know, that's fine. It just basically means that as they grow taller, their branches are going to touch each other, they support each other, and they do offer each other a little bit of shade, which is much needed in the afternoon. And we're in a little bit of a microclimate here in northwestern Burlington County, New Jersey. Our backyard is oriented to west-southwest, and we have an extraordinary amount of sun back here. When we built our garden, as you can see, for the entire length of everything, we have filled it with pea gravel that we purchased from our local stone yard, and we did this in trunk trips. We didn't have it delivered in a mass amount. The garden expanded every year, and so we wanted it to be rocks for multiple reasons. We are big advocates of making sure we don't have too much brush or moist material back here for critters to live, including insects that can be dangerous like ticks. So nothing likes it back here on these hot rocks, including me. I am very, very warm right now. There's days out here where it gets well over 100 degrees, and the peppers love it. But sometimes they get so hot that your peppers can blister and burn. So in the heat of summer, I will bring a patio umbrella back here and offer them a little bit of shade between 12 and 2, depending on the air temperature. And right now, it feels like the middle of summer back here in this garden. So we are very successful at growing peppers because they do like the heat. So right now I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the next varieties of peppers that I will be putting in the ground, and I'm going to show you how I amend the area where I plant. Don't know if you noticed in the background, I have a thing of antacid here. I don't have indigestion today, but I have been adding this to every single pepper and tomato that I'm planting this year, because peppers, very much like tomatoes, need calcium to prevent blossom end rot. And I don't know if you've ever had peppers with blossom end rot, but I have. So this year I'm giving them a little bit of, just these turn to powder very, very easily. And I add it in as I mix it with these wonderful earthworm castings. This really great tomato and vegetable fertilizer that I found this year, which I really like a lot. And this bag that you see behind me is not Miracle-Gro raised bed soil. These are old bags that we're using to save the leaf compost that we bought earlier this year, and I can attach that video for you so you can see what we did with our soil. So this variety of pepper here, look how beautiful it looks. I'm really impressed with how well these seedlings grew. This is Keystone Resistant, and the great news about this Keystone Resistant is I grew it from seed that I harvested last year from a pepper that was in a pack very similar to that. So I bought these at a farm stand, and the Keystone Resistant was one of the most beautiful peppers that I have ever grown. It is a very thick-walled bell pepper that starts off green and then turns a beautiful deep red. It's full of every bit of bell pepper flavor that you could ever wish for. So I'm really happy with the germination rate of the seeds I was able to harvest from those peppers. The California Golden Wonder, I also tried to harvest those seeds and germinate them, but they did not germinate. And I've heard stories about California Golden Wonder being hard to germinate. But it's okay. I don't mind spending money at the farm stand. You don't have to ask me twice. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this bed of bell peppers all in the ground today. So there will be 6 Keystone Resistant, 4 California Golden Wonder, and 1 random Nardello that I couldn't fit into the bed behind me because it's at capacity. So I've spaced everything out. Hi! I'm over here. I've spaced everything out appropriately, and I'm just going to put you on time lapse so you can see how everything goes. So I wanted to show you real quick. I just took this pepper out of the solo cup. Look at the beautiful root structure on that. Oh my goodness. This is a pretty happy pepper. So right now I've just gone ahead and created a little bit of a hole for it there, and I'm just going to put it in and then backfill it. So to this hole I've already added some of the leaf compost, which is what I'm taking out of that big bag I showed you now. I'm going to add some more worm castings. And again, I'm not really doing this with any kind of a science. This is just, you know, just a rough measurement. A few little pellets of fertilizer, and then I'm going to backfill around it, and I'm giving it lots of this beautiful leaf compost though that I'm adding to our native soil. And then I'll cover it up, and that will be it. Really very, very simple. All right, so now I got a second bed of peppers done here. So all the Keystone Resistance are in, that random Nardellos I was telling you about, and then the 4 California Golden Wonders. And what I really love about the California Golden Wonder is that it turns yellow while it's still growing on the vine. And if you should harvest it while it's still green, it will start to turn yellow once it's on the table. You know, the thing I really love about all of these pepper varieties that I'm growing is, because I've been growing for a while now, I'm able to, you know which ones do best here in our climate. And the California Golden Wonder I've been growing for, I think, 3 years now, and it just never disappoints me. One of the things that I love the most about it is, like I said, if it's still green when I pull it off because I'm concerned for whatever reason that I need to harvest it, I'll let it sit in its basket. It'll turn yellow. Sometimes only half of it turns yellow, half will stay green, and it makes a beautiful just appearance, and it's so appetizing. But I always wash them, take their seeds out, let them dry, and then I just stack them up into a little pile, and I put them in a double freezer bag. I don't blanch them, I don't do anything to them, I just simply freeze them. And then I have gallons and gallons of frozen peppers in our surplus freezers that we keep. We have an extra freezer in the basement and an extra freezer in the garage, as well as our regular freezer in the kitchen. And we have bags and bags. I'm not even exaggerating. And I'll mix California Golden Wonder with the Keystone Resistant, the Marconis, all of it. Like I said, I clean them and take the seeds out, the same for all of them. And I have a variety of peppers in these bags at all times. So it's easy for me to make a quick meal, and I can just take them out and defrost them and roast them, pan sear them, whatever it is that I like to do. So this bed's going to be packed pretty tight. I love shishito peppers, and I love the nadapeño peppers. I love harvesting them together and blistering them in a pan with a little bit of olive oil and sea salt. And it's the most incredible flavor that you could ever wish for. I freeze them with the same process as I do every other pepper, and they're super easy to grow. And it's funny because last year we had a swarm of cicada killer wasps that decided that my shishito pepper bed was going to be their home. And they fought me for my peppers. They fought me for this bed. And I had to really learn to become one with these bugs, because every time I came out, they would fly at me, they would bang me in the legs, they would hit me in the head, they would buzz very loud, get in my face. It was all really very intimidating. So I don't even know what's going to happen now. This bed is going to be packed very, very tight. And I pack them tight usually every year, but this is double the amount of peppers this year. So something else that I have noticed about packing the shishito and nadapeño peppers tight, for whatever reason, the spiders like them. Now, we don't really get too many other bugs in these peppers, which is a relief. So if I have to learn to become one with the cicada killers, you know, they'll let you know when they're in there, because they'll buzz very, very loud. But the spiders are some of the big garden spiders, like the orb spiders, so you have to be very careful when you stick your hands in here. But hopefully I can get this done very, very quickly and get in and finish up my day, because I do still have birds to take care of and food to put on the table, and I have 3 flats of annual flowers to plant today. So it's another full day of gardening, you guys. So this is one of the nadapeños that I took out of the solo cup. Look at another really beautiful root system. So there's another bed of peppers filled, and I think I'm actually going to take some of these shishito peppers because this bed is pretty full, and I'm going to create another area. So luckily I have prepared to have extra beds ready to plant things in case I have overflow. Like for instance, I had an extra mortgage lifter and an extra Dr. Witchies that I put into a separate bed, so it's going to be something that's going to be a little bit different. Plus it'll give me the opportunity to see how well some of these varieties grow in different areas of the garden. So listen, you guys, we love interacting with you and we love reading your comments. So I'm wondering, will you tell me, what are your favorite peppers to grow? Do you like hot peppers, sweet peppers, bell peppers, frying peppers? Tell me what varieties you love and what varieties you're growing and what successes you've had. And if you grow from seed, what seed companies do you order those pepper seeds from, and how well have you done? So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this video on planting peppers. Thanks so much for spending all of your time with us. We so appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.